It is important in these recommendations as before the amendments. The Community Council is an afterthought that is at the pleasure of either the Growth Management Committee or Council where you can refer it to them. It's important, if we're going to have this centralizing take place, that we ensure that the public input is enhanced or supported at least the levels that it is now. And the only vehicle for doing that is the one closest to the communities that are where the developments, whether they're citywide impact, have the greatest impact, is in the adjacent neighborhoods. And the way to get at those and do the proper consultation is through the community council process, where people are conditioned to appear, and it also ensures that public meetings through the community council process are also held in the community. And if you don't do that, you are centralizing this to growth management, and my opinion is over time, the input of communities into changes that take place in their neighborhoods will wither away because it's too hard for them to get to deal with and ensure that they are consulted at all stages in the process. When we deal with them through the community council now, which I think works, but if we're going to change this, and under the definitions here, 80 to 90% of that rezoning applications will have citywide impact, because most are on arterial roads, and if you go through all the criteria, if you meet one of those criteria, you're into a citywide impact. That bumps it up. So community council, all it does is listen to the deputations, it makes recommendations, it's not the committee of record, it only reports to the standing committee, management committee, where the community council representatives can come and speak, but not very many citizens are going to come down here to City Hall. And if you go further than that, what you're doing is we're going to have one-stop shopping. It's here at City Hall, and quite frankly, a few people are going to be making the decisions, and over time it's going to come back and bite everyone, because we are cutting out citizens in an aggressive changes that are taking place, and they're going to get more aggressive, acknowledging the fact that we're into intensification, it's accelerating, and it's going to put, and people are concerned, and we have to allow for that vehicle, for those concerns and enlightenment to take place, and the only place to do that is to go out and touch them through community meetings where you and all of us listen and touch, and we make sure the planners are out there. And we do this preliminary, we have public meetings in the ward I represent prior to pen being committed to paper. It's a public meeting that basically the developer has to go in and explain what they're proposing. And the planners and I sit down, and the developer, and listen to what the people have to say before the planners start writing a preliminary report. That's what community planners are supposed to do. And the only way to do that is to have that citizen input. And if you go with the model without doing this, and these are modest changes because they don't change the principles that growth management is the committee of record and it is the only recommending body. But it ensures and respects the citizen input, and the citizen input will be understood better by the members who sit on that community council. Collectively, they bring the culture of that broader community in those community councils, and the understanding of that, and hopefully growth management and planning will be in a position to adopt most of those recommendations. If there's a significant difference, that debate is valid, that it goes here, because we'll have another debate at council anyways, just like we did in Old Mill, the Old Mill yesterday. So I'm asking you to adopt these recommendations with the amendments that have been made, and these final amendments by myself that enshrine a formal role for community councils. And the community councils, where it goes first, after it's deemed as a citywide issue, then it's referred back to the community council. They go through the process, and they have to report to a standing committee, not to council, in all future applications. Thank you.